People, I must relate a story of how God is working in my life to bring about the change. I was up until after 2 this morning. At one stage, my husband was saying to me, "Do you know the time?" Right. I've just done a recording in my house. And then I was going to get the paper, put on my coat, had the rubbish to go put in the blue bin, and I got to the door, and I done this, and the door was stuck. This is the second time this has happened to us. The first time my husband came in, I was at this side. He pushed the key in the door. I opened the door. I had to stay at the window, open the window, see a workman over there, ask him to come, give him the key, and for him to open the door. So the last person out of this door yesterday was my husband. He came back from collecting his medication. I didn't come to the door. So obviously the mechanism in the door needs fixing. Because as I've just shown, and it couldn't open. So I wasn't in a panic. I went and told him that we're locked in again, and I came back. And I stood here again, looking to see somebody. I saw a person walking on the other side. I banged on the window. The person looked and just walked ahead. So I went back, and I'm saying to my husband, "Oh my God, I'll have to call the police." So then I come back again. He said, "Wait," he was trying. And I saw the postman. He said his name is Jordan. So I banged on the window. He looked. And I says to him, "Can you help me?" Cut the long story short, he did come, take the key, and let us, and open the door. What I'm saying, I was going through that decision by the police to my complaint, and some of the things that are in there is the conscious and unconscious biases based on racial profiling. Why Sergeant Patel keep referring to the fact that how fit I am, and littered in it is about disappearance. Everything was based on my disappearance. So why would I be thinking of disappearing if I invite you into my home? The next thing is the fact that they set up the decision to reflect the body cam of the 4 officers who came to my house on the 30th of the 11th, and nothing of that is happening. What actually happened is use the body cam of the 2 officers who came on the 1st of December to reflect, and in it they naming Nikki Wright as the one who said something about technical, not you allowed to use my technology, blah blah blah. Total lies. That is made up of lies based on racial profiling, based on what they were told by London Early Years Foundation. My argument is, what has London Early Years Foundation got to hide? Why only some of the incidents of me going down to burn in the bush were shown to the police or reported to the police? Yeah? And I'm going to go back as far as when I only go down there and put some outdated stuff and stick up a Jamaica flag in the canvas. I was checking on safeguarding. Look at the reviews online. Look at the report in the Southwark News, and you'll see why I was testing safeguarding at Bird in the Bush after the way I was labeled. Yeah? I went back days later, and the flag was still stuck up in the canvas. Can you imagine what could have been stuck in that canvases? in that canvas at any time. There are times when I go down there and just stand up out the front. Nobody sees me. If I was this person, criminal, that Holly Sweeney called me on the 11th of November, would there be any bird in the bush for this to be happening? I'm just showing you the dangers and how pervasive, how deceitful, how terrorist London Early Years Foundation is, and how for the second time the police allowed criminals, scammers, whatever, to get them involved in doing their dirty work. The police came to my house to murder me, to say I committed suicide. Yeah? We were locked in this morning. The second time we were locked in. What if the police had come now to knock on my door anytime yesterday and I couldn't get out? The day when they came to section me, everything going on in my head, what if I had not opened the door? What if I had not opened the door? Months after, I'm talking to my brother and I said to my brother, every time I remember, I keep saying, what if I had not opened the door? What if I was agitated? In that putting, they said I was tense. I was tensing up. So these things must come on view now. Yeah? So I told Jordan, I said, I'm going to write something so the world knows what you've done. Because the person on the other side over there, so you're going back to the Bible story, walked by on this other side. When I got his attention, he didn't just walk away. He stopped to listen, to understand my needs. And he says, you're locked in. And I said, yes. And he said, okay. Yeah? So I'm leaving that with Jordan. Ending here with Jordan, but he must be acknowledged for what he's done. The same way I want P.S. Laws to be acknowledged for what he's done, to send me back home to meet the needs of my needs and the needs of my husband when he heard he was in here crying. So I'm going to call now the Housing Association to tell them the door needs sorting out. And then I wasn't going to go to social media, but I need to go now.